Let's
Too
get him
late.
on.
You son of a gun.
So it's now streaming live.
Oh, yeah, we're live. Welcome to paraglidingtalk.com. I'm your host, Robert Michaels. Glad you're here. We have a great show lined up tonight. We have no one special,
You're
just
gonna say
us.
we do? We have a great show?
We have a
Wah,
great
wah,
show.
Just throw
We
wah.
that
still
away.
have
Amazing.
good
Just throw that
shows.
around so loosely.
When I get rejected, three times, that's it. I don't ask anyone else, and I go, all right, well, I guess we're gonna have a open topic night.
I'm sending the link to Matthew Pesci, who is
Yes.
Ugly Raptors. He is in the Arctic right now in
Yeah.
negative 35-degree weather. And yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll make it
I
fun.
mean, it's a perfect LZ there. There's no obstructions, there's no trees, there's no
No
power
trees.
lines.
Yeah.
Like it's a dream, you know?
Well, that's a good
So
point.
That's
That is a good point.
That is a really good point.
Everyone should fly in the Arctic. Welcome. A couple of sponsors I want to mention real quick. Harley Milne runs a school here in Southern California or Northern California. Caught myself. He's north of San Francisco, so he is definitely a norteño. He is teaching out of a certain place down there, but reach out to him. Dreamlifterparamotors.com. You get some really good training, and he's a great guy. I also want to mention PPG Smoke. PPGsmoke.com is the website. Ryan Roberts started PPG Smoke, and he's got all kinds of stuff that you're going to want to buy if you're into paramotoring or even free flight. Go check out his website, ppgsmoke.com. Want to mention Paramotor Props, paramotorprops.com. You blow up a prop, and it's going to happen. It happens all the time to me. And you're going to need to get them. Go online, paramotorprops.com, and order yourself some new stuff. Also, want to mention Fly Products USA. Fly Products USA has the gear you're looking for. Go check out their website at flyproductsusa.com. Super stoked about tonight's episode. Jim Furman said he's just here for the spinning wheel. Thank you, Jim Furman. I'm glad you're here. That was part of the tactic to lure you in.
Got him.
To watch. Yep, got another one. Fishing is good these days. Notice a lot of people in the chat. Welcome. Glad you're here. Brian, is that Simmons or Simons? I'm guessing Simons. Welcome, Brian. Glad you're here. Also, Ripman. Everybody that's got a wrench next to their name have done something exceptional. I still haven't figured out what my mom did to get one, but she's got one too. And Bill H, he's in the chat. Welcome.
Robert
Glad you're
doesn't just
here.
give them away. His mom was not first in line to get one.
No,
That
she didn't give us.
shows you.
wasn't she on the no-fly list for a little bit too?
She was for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Chris Altmeyer, he's in the chat. Welcome, Chris. Glad you're here. We got Duckspit PPG in the chat. Welcome. Good evening. David Wolf just logged in. Welcome. Glad you're here. Super
I had a
Dave
dream about
Danger.
David Wolf last night. I won't tell you.
Next week, we're going to have Dave Wolf on the show, along with some of the organizers for the Bad Apples flying, because you know Dave Wolf is a bad apple. And so he's going to be talking about the Bad Apples flying that's coming up very soon. We're going to get a little organized with that. You're probably wondering what we're going to talk about in tonight's episode. If you haven't looked already, the topic is going to be safety tonight. Oh, yeah, you betcha. It's got to be a good thing to talk about some safety, because you make a mistake with the paramotor and it's spendy, don't you know? I mean, it's bad. We had a recent incident. Sean shared with me. Actually, my mom shared the video first with me. I almost cried because I thought my friend died, but mom texted me afterwards and filled in the gaps that he's okay, and
It brought it too close to home.
a little too close, yeah, a little too right on the danger's edge. But we're glad to hear Sean's okay. He's doing good. Not Sean Nasker, he's fine, but Sean
Kind of.
from
Not really fine, but
PPG Grandpa. Yeah, Sean will never die. Sean,
Hey,
they
guy's made
tried to
of
take him
steel.
out, and yeah, he didn't.
He sends off all the alarms with TSA at the airport.
He's halfway robotic.
Yeah.
That's like I was thinking about that the other day. Poor RoboCop. I know I'm dating myself, but Dude, RoboCop was trying to die to get out of work, and they still made him go in. Just put him, filled him with metal, put him back out there. Oh man. Shout out to all of our first responders, police department, fire, military. All you guys are awesome.
Even if they can't distinguish between a paramotor and an airplane, but that's okay.
Yeah, who does that?
Too soon? Insight? No?
Is that
Some of
an
you guys know what
insider?
I'm talking about. Go watch the video.
Jeremy Howe messaged me just before the show, and he said that he thought there was a couple, he gave me some topic ideas, and I thought that was pretty cool. He said the Red Cross, American Heart Association, CPR Today as well, they all have first aid and CPR courses. One of these courses is required to receive a USPPA instructor rating. Well, that's a great idea. John Wayne just donated $10 to Super Chat. Thank you, John Wayne. Appreciate that contribution to the show. Well, uh, interesting, right? You would want to have this type of training if you're going to be taking people on a tandem. But more importantly, that if you're instructing someone, here's a thought I had. I was in the shower when just before the show, and I thought about that. Uh, we're kind of, if you don't really have any kind of medical background to help someone, I mean, realistically, what is your plan when you're running up to someone that's just pounded in?
And
Right?
here's a question. Does anyone carry any first aid kit stuff with them? I carry a quick clot
Yeah.
in my pocket at all times because that stuff, you have a bad landing, you can stop the bleeding a lot very
Yeah.
quick.
I got an
That's a
ankle
really good
pack,
idea.
ankle
Yeah.
pack with a tourniquet and a couple other goodies in there.
That's pretty cool. I've got a little tiny first aid kit, but it's mainly just it's for me, superficial stuff. Um, it's for my free flight stuff. When you're free
You guys
flying,
don't
man,
want to hear mine.
you got
It's a
nothing.
belt and a t-shirt. That's what I got.
And
You're gonna have
a
the
Belt
right
one
and a
belt.
t-shirt.
ounce of schnapps. No.
Well, I mean, then it goes
That's the
to
old school way.
you want to keep everything as light as possible, as well. So how much stuff do you carry?
Well, at that
David
point, if I
Wolf.
need to use my belt and my t-shirt, odds are I'm not going to care about if I have pants on or not because, well, things are already pretty bad, So if it's to the point where I have to use a belt and a t-shirt for a tourniquet, granted, I'm in some pretty poor shape. I did something very, very, very wrong. So yeah, I aim to not do those things, and hopefully, doesn't happen. But
So
yeah,
the video hit a little close to home. If you want to just share the video real quick, Sean.
okay, yeah.
I
Well, I've got it at the spot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
And while
fine.
he's setting it
okay.
up,
Oh, look at
Fly
that. He's got the
Swamper had a
wheel ready.
Well, I don't have the wheel ready yet. I'm trying. Well, I'm jumping in between stuff. So yeah, here we
Hey,
Okay,
go.
all right.
real
Okay,
quick, while
much
he's
better.
setting it up, Fly Swamper had a comment in there. Seeing Sean's video, can't help but wonder if the excessive brake input was a thoughtful miscalculation, or was a case of the inner monkey taking over. That's what Jockey Sanders says. So a lot of I was telling before the show too. A lot of times is when you start to fall. I mean, your natural reaction is probably to when you're falling is to put your hands down like you're gonna brace yourself.
This is from a different view. This is real time.
And look at that thrust. That's yeah. I wonder if that's a 140.
So what just in a nutshell, what happened here is he spun the glider. Bottom line, spun the glider. How do you spin a glider? You stall one side of it. How do you stall a glider? You've got to put just enough brake that you are killing all forward speed. your forward speed, or we'll call it for the sake of the conversation, your ground speed or air speed is critical to keeping your wing open. Two things happen when you lose your ground speed. Your brake inputs no longer feel the same as they did before. What felt strong and authoritative right here is no longer strong and authoritative here. And your natural, we can call it the monkey instinct, is to go, well, that's weird. Didn't work. Let's pull it a little farther until we feel the resistance like we normally do when we're pulling on the brakes. So if you were to put a little measuring device on your toggles, you could probably figure out mathematically how much tension you're used to pulling when you're flying at trim speed, which you're flying along trim speeds you like 20 miles an hour. I'm going to say 22 on this glider he's flying. And at 22 miles an hour, if you're flying flat and straight and you pull on the brake at your comfortable flying pressure, you're probably like a pound and a half or 2 pounds. I have no idea what that number actually is, but I'm just guessing. Okay. So we're flying along at 2 pounds for the sake of the conversation. And you lose your ground speed. Now 2 pounds goes to a half a pound because you've got no resistance of the wind on your trailing edge. And so in that millisecond, when the glider's coming up to the top, you got to keep in mind that his airspeed goes to zero. His ground speed goes to zero. And now he's deflecting the left side of the glider because he's wanting to turn back into his instructor who's on the ground to show him that he has good control. The thing that bit him is that's a C glider. It's got a high aspect ratio. When me and Gringo first watched it, he goes, "Man, that wing looks like it has a high aspect ratio," or he said it looks like it's a spicy wing. And the high aspect ratio obviously means that your glider goes from being fat and safe to narrow and dangerous. And when you get to the C category, you got great efficiency, but very little passive safety, and that glider will want to go into a spin or want to fall apart on you much easier than an A-wing because it doesn't have as much surface area to work with. So there's a few dynamics in here. So very simply, he spun the glider, and in the middle of this spin, he did what probably every single person in here would do. You're not sure. He did do a few things that I thought were correct. He tried to give it some gas. You can hear the glider when he, let's go, kicking in the butt. And that may have assisted him so that he wouldn't have had like full pound in status. But the other thing is, I noticed that when he's going into the ground, he was actually in backfly. His glider was backwards. He was so the lessons, the takeaways obviously are know your glider limits before you go flying around low. Gringo mentioned this before the show started. Nothing crazy down low like that. No strong turns like that down low, especially with a glider that you're not familiar with or not comfortable with. I don't know how much time Sean had underneath that wing before he was taking it out. No wind situation as well. No wind. So he probably dealt with a little bit of unusual feel. Oh, here's Matt from the Arctic. Okay, we go
Coming
with
in.
Mitt.
So obviously we learn as we move along. So he'll never do that again, I'm sure. So unfortunately,
Yeah.
I'm sure he learned a lot of silly mistakes in the past 6 years he's been flying, and nothing even came close to that. So
I'm glad he's all right, and I'm glad that you put the video out for us to be able to see and understand that these things can happen to us and do happen.
Yeah,
to
Matthew Pesci.
What's up,
So
Matt?
we want to know if the under gear matches the outer gear. Little
Little extra fur. Look at that.
Is that duct tape holding your tent
Matt is
together?
out
It might
camping.
be.
Matt is out camping with a bunch of fellas from the Navy. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know where are you at? Talk to us, Matt.
We're 200 miles north of Alaska on the ocean,
Russia.
on the frozen ocean. So hey, I just gotta get out of the tent.
You got to fix that rotation. So Matt's not going to be. You can ask. Let's line up some questions for him. He will not be able to answer. Obviously, some.
I would love to fly a paramotor here. Yeah, you
Yes.
can't hit anything. Hey, Anthony, even you couldn't hit anything. Look, pretty good take.
Look at that sun.
LZ's as far as the eye can see.
No
How long
issues
has
with the
that
motor
sun
out.
been hanging out on the horizon like that?
What's that?
How long has the sun been hanging out on the horizon like that?
A couple hours.
Crazy.
Couple hours. Yeah, the sun takes forever to go down, and it's always in the south. It's not in the west.
Oh, weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the temperature over there right now?
We're negative 30.
Oh, he cut out, but he's.
Shoot.
Hey, don't
Decent.
wander too far from that Starlink.
Yeah, he uses Starlink, which is impressive, you know?
Yeah, that's
So
pretty
he's going
cool.
to tell you. There you go. There you go.
Okay,
Negative.
Matt,
Yeah,
what's the temperature there? You froze up.
negative 35
Oh my gosh.
with that
How are you
negative 50 wind chill.
how are you breathing?
I know. You get kind of used to it. Hey, you can see the flag. We're getting a good wind. This is definitely reverse launch. We got some reverse conditions.
Nice.
I can't
Nice.
believe that is so cold, bro.
So real quick, Matt got there with like 6 other guys, 7 other people, and they had to set up camp and stuff. And since
Yeah,
they put a
we
bunch
had
of
one of
tents
these
up.
tents. We just had one tent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Temperature
How
inside
many you
the
got
tent.
now?
Oh, he froze.
He froze.
No pun intended. Every pun intended.
Right?
Every time he loses
I'm like picturing
connection.
or a polar bear coming up behind him or something with that look, you know?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
I bet they
man.
play tricks on each other, like they attach some sausage link or something, to some guy's jacket that he doesn't realize. You know,
You go running. Wow.
white bear is there. He's
Very
we're gonna have to tell him to stick close to that.
If you were out in that area and you got to think it's that stinking cold. Okay, first off, starting your motor might not be the easiest thing because additives in the and you got to pull on stuff.
yeah.
But not only that, but the snot sickles. You know what I mean? You'd be up there in the
Snot-sickles.
air, your nose be running, and you got the snot sickles, and you'd just be hanging all over the place. That
My kids shared a YouTube video and they said, "Dad, I bet you'll love this video." And they was Braden. He turned it on the tablet, and it's a guy he bought property up in Alaska, and it was like a prepper had started. He bought the property and then he started to build, and then I don't know if the guy just gave up or he lost money or ran out of money or died or whatever, but he got to basically buy the land with everything on it. And he spent 73,000 on, I think it's like 50 acres. Maybe it's more. I can't remember exactly, but it was pretty cool. He had all kinds of stuff in there with it for the snow, And so he's like going on these adventures from this property as he's building and he's sharing. It's a super cool. I wish I could remember the name of the show. He's got his boys with him, and they're pretty young, so he's teaching them stuff along the way and making fires, and he just takes off on this adventure on the gosh, why can't I think of it? It's a snow jet ski.
Snowmobile?
Snowmobile, yeah. He's like cruising around and he gets stuck a couple times and he's like, "Well, I'm just gonna have to camp here. I've exhausted myself trying to pull this thing out of multiple times." And he's like digs out and then he like pulls out a tent and he has like all this stuff. It's super cool. But
Bush, Alaska,
he
something like
he
that.
Maybe, I don't know. But
Yeah.
he has a chainsaw and he's trying to start the chainsaw and he's like, this really is life and death right now. If I can't get this chainsaw to start, and he's like, I put an additive in the fuel so that it won't freeze up, but something's wrong. And I mean, he for a while, he's like, and he's like, yeah, he goes, the temperature right now is 30 degrees below zero, and I can't seem to get this thing started. So it looks like I'm going to have to make a decision to go back to the car. And he's like already 15 miles in or something like that. It was really cool. But I wonder how the paramotors respond in those low temperatures.
Now, do you think a carburetor? Because I mean, I think it'd be tougher for a carburetor to work than like fuel injected. Do you kind of need fuel injected for that cold?
Well, I would
That's a
think,
good question. I think you got to have an additive.
Yeah,
yeah.
because they make that ethanol, or it's called, I think, heat. And it's made to. I used it in those little rocket stoves before, and you're supposed to add it to your fuel so it doesn't like make it freeze. Um, but I don't know if a carburetor, because
I bet, I mean, once you bring the unit up to like a decent running temperature, I mean, you know what I mean? So if you
Yeah, that
have
would
it
make a
inside your
difference
tent
too.
and it's 75 degrees in there, you took it outside, it's gonna run like anything normal once it warms up, like I'm sure. It's
I got
gotta
a
fight harder, but I don't know.
I got a tip for the older guys. This is I'm starting to get there, so I started doing this. The uh the issue is typically you got to go land because you're cold. You're like, man, that's enough. I'm not enjoying myself anymore. I got to go land and take a pee. But the trick, I was talking to Jeff Hammond. He's like, he gets really frustrated when his flights get cut short because whoever he's flying with gets cold. He wears a jumpsuit and he'll wear a lot of layers when he's flying in cold weather. And he said the way that you don't get cold is you don't let yourself get cold. So he said what happens is a lot of guys will show up and they're wearing light gear and then they get dressed and sometimes they're like getting dressed while
Yeah,
they just got out of the truck, it's freezing cold, and they spend 30 minutes getting ready before
you
they
gotta keep your
actually
core
put
warm.
clothes on. And then you're cold before you even get in the air, so it's like you've beat it, you little troll.
Yeah, you gotta keep your core warm.
Yeah, but see, I've done it before where like, there's zero wind and you're trying to do the pull start and you're all suited up and you're just sweating like crazy before you even get airborne. And by that time you're almost exhausted. So I
Right.
think there's a fine line of how much gear to put on kind of thing.
Yep.
Because there's only so much adjustment you can do in the air, you know?
Yep.
And there are some materials that are meant to be breathable where you could sweat and it would be okay. And then others where you really shouldn't be doing physically active stuff in because it's meant to keep the heat in
Yeah.
and you'll be sweating profusely, like Scott was saying. And that does make things a lot more uncomfortable for you.
I
Um,
can't fly without working up a big old sweat after botching at least 3 launches.
Yeah.
Very rarely do I just go right out of the gate and take off. Right, Gringo?
On the motor. Come on.
Gringo usually will just fly around over me, trolling.
Oh, waiting.
Answer your phone. He'll be texting me from the air.
well, see
Answer.
what we need is a moderator such as Gringo to go out there in the freezing cold of negative 34 degrees and try to pull start his motor for us. So and give us
Yeah.
like a live feed from his position on, how it works, if it
Yeah.
works,
If I
and
had
what he has to do to make it work. I mean, he'd only have a set of pliers. I see reality TV here, man. This could get good, you know. Just throwing it out
USPPA's
there.
incident database is a wealth of knowledge. This is from Jeremy Howe. 497 incidents. We're looking for volunteers to help update the database when incidents happen. Anyone can email me if interested, jeremy@usppa.org. And the
You
website is
you had him on your show
HTTPS.
before, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I'll put the link to the database if you want to take a look at some of these. You see, actually, I should be able to pull that up. Feel like I'm savvy enough with screen sharing and all those things. USPPA, what is it? Thought I was going to be slick. It didn't transfer over. USPPA. I think it's a good idea if you're interested in getting into the sport of paragliding or paramotoring to read through some of the common failures. And you can also be encouraged by some of them. I'm not saying that you need to go and read through the fatality list, but there is some things that you can read. These guys typically will give reports or they will write a report about someone else. And there's some good takeaways. Yes, PPA. There it is. Finally. Just took a second, I guess. Let's do a screen share. And now we're cooking with Crisco. So, for example, this is dated November 7th. It looks like it hasn't been updated in a while. Don't you know? Uh, Gives you the location, foot launch, single occupant, brief description, 30-mile-an-hour wind gust causing wind to collapse at 200 feet, causing PPG pilot to impact ground. Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Yep.
I'm not trying to read. Unfortunately, the pilot did not realize that the conditions had changed. Now we're 15 miles an hour, gusting 30 at midday. 1040 thermal activity had picked up as well. Upon takeoff, the pilot reached an altitude of 200 feet. The conditions were too rough. He came around to land. On his landing, a strong gust of wind caused the wing to collapse rapidly, lose altitude. Before being able to recover the collapsed wing, the pilot hit the ground in a harvested bean field. The pilot suffered a fatal head injury. Oh, shoot.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anyways, it's worth taking some time to just read through some of the things that can happen. Just that incident alone. I mean, right out of the gate, if you're launching in 15-mile-an-hour winds, you're right on the edge of crazy. That's where it gets wild and not fun. I mean, your glider only flies at 20 miles an hour, depending on what glider you have, 25 at the most. So your forward speed in the wind is probably only going to be like 5 miles an hour. That's not fun.
A
You
lot of
might hover
times,
for a little bit.
typically, the higher up you go, the more the wind blows, the strength. Um, yeah, a gust of 30, yeah, no thanks. I mean, even gusts of 20, no thanks. But
There was a ground start in Puerto Rico. Did you see that one?
Yeah. Well, that one's a what with the Mojo Power too. It's interesting that they have the models what they're flying with too. That's
Yeah,
no,
so
for
hard to
this is a
land.
information.
Yeah.
39-year-old guy, 180 pounds. Um, Highest rating held at the time was an intermittent PPG 2, less than 10 hours. The incident happened in Smith Haven, Kentucky. Oh, off of Smith Haven Lane.
Wait. How can he have less than 10 hours and be a PPG 2 with intermediate
PPG 2
level?
is PPG
That,
2 is like a license to learn.
no,
Intermediate
that's
with 10
th
hours? You're not intermediate level with 10 hours.
yeah, because how many
Yeah.
flights is that? Because remember, because you get PPG 1 and then PPG 2. PPG 2 is like, you got to do like your spot landings and things like that. And I don't know. I'm
Oh,
thinking if
I'm
someone,
mixing up P2. P2 for free flight is
yeah, because
that's a license to
PPG
learn.
2 is pretty, you're pretty straight on. And I'm like, if you're just having a Mojo 2, you're not that advanced,
Yeah, this is a brand new guy. So it
Yeah.
had a newer LZ, one a day after the time change with a new launch time. Once in the air, experienced a lot of rotor off the pockets of the trees between open fields. It was the first time I'd flown in a few weeks due to weather, and the temperature dropped. The tune on the motor ended up being off, and I had a lack of power. I had to circle multiple times at lower altitude Tried numbers of throttle positions and paths to try to catch the right pattern to land. In the process, flew over a few horse fields, was able to land in a spot about half a mile away from the LZ. But once on the ground, met an unhappy horse owner who told me to stay away from their horses. I apologized, said it was not my intent, not something that is normal, that I had to find the right place to land safely and quickly as possible. I will not be returning to this LZ and will retune my motor in the coming days. So that's a very positive outcome of a situation that could have been bad. But anyways, it's worth looking at. Let's spin the wheel. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Do
All
it.
right. We're
Rip Man
going
says,
now.
bring your glider to work tomorrow day.
Who said that?
All right.
Rip Man.
Nice.
Here we go.
And the spin of this wheel is brought to you by Calamity Kite Clinic. CalamityKiteClinic.com is the website. You want to learn how to ground handle better? Sign up for Sean Nafsker's course at CalamityKiteClinic.com. Also want to mention Josh Bowden. He has a school in Nebraska PPG. He's got a great thing going on over there. Great head on his shoulders. Good resource for gear. Good resource for learning. He's got it going on over there in Nebraska and a great place to fly from. Go check out his school and follow the links in the description and check out his website. Oh yeah. Look at that.
Rigged. Rigged.
I call
And
shenanigans.
Sean
Total
wins
shenanigans. Uh-huh.
All right.
Funny how that works.
Okay. You know what? Okay.
Mhm.
It's a
Now, hang
pack
on.
of gum.
If this
for the
ends up
winner.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do.
This is just a pre-recorded thing. He spun it multiple times.
No, I did
Got
not.
it.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're doing it again. See?
Pre-recorded.
Look at that.
Pre-recorded.
Right.
Pre-recorded.
I haven't got my chase cam yet either, by the way.
Rigged.
I'm just saying.
Rigged. You haven't got your chase cam yet? Did you talk to
Nope.
Ryan?
I haven't heard or said anything. I don't know what to do.
I sent him your address.
I just know how to spin a wheel, man. That's all I know.
I just messed up the internet. Dang it.
No, well,
Whenever
it's
I
gonna
open my
end up
tablet.
landing it's going to end up landing on like Gringo Scott or Robert.
Oh,
Real
fly
quick,
swap.
mention Lone Star Paramotor.
Casey.
If you're in the Lone Star state of Texas, you can reach out to Ron Turan and his team for world-class training. That's LoneStarParamotor.com.
Oh, maybe Randy? No.
Can't see. I'm super blurry. Oh
Maybe
man, it's
he's
running the
got
edge.
It's a nail biter.
Craig Couch.
Craig
Oh!
Couch.
Oh!
Congratulations,
Man.
Craig Couch.
That was
Sorry,
a nail
Randy, you
biter.
got robbed. You know?
We got Arctic Matt. He
Yeah.
I'm back. It's Starlink's money, but sometimes it cuts out.
yeah.
Now,
Yep,
are your
mine
hands
does.
just freezing, trying to manipulate your phone, then throwing your mittens on right afterwards?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh,
All right, so wait a minute. Tell us about your gear, because Matt definitely knows when we fly with him. He knows how to dress. He knows how to prepare for a flight. Obviously, when it's cold and so forth. But
yeah.
tell us about your gear and your tent with being 75 degrees inside and the insulation.
Yeah. So we got
Look at the toys.
That's cool.
we got all Arc'teryx stuff, so it's all made in Canada. And our tents are made in Alaska. And see a marker right up there with
Nice.
we're working with the British and the Canadians. You can see that.
That is so awesome.
That's cool.
We got custom ATVs that are good down to this temperature on tracks, of course, because of the snow. And
Come on, we want to see a little more detail on those. Those are pretty cool looking, man.
Do they just leave
Yeah.
those running all the time?
yeah, because they'll well, we plug them in at night, but if they're going to be run because they take so long to warm up, we just let them run.
Wow.
Wow.
And they're
That is so
Honda
cool.
engines. They're basically Honda ATVs, but there's a company in Ramona actually that customize Funkhauser. Actually, these guys right here.
Nice.
No way.
They customize.
What the heck? That's my
Yeah.
next door neighbor. You're in the Arctic?
Really?
What the heck?
Dude, you got it.
Yeah, he's got
Hold that,
Arctic.
hold that shot, Matt,
Yeah,
real quick. Hold
hold on.
that shot.
Yeah, get close to that sticker one more time. I want
Oh,
to
you
just
wanna
take a
take that
picture
shot?
of that
Yeah.
and send it to him.
He'll
Oh
know.
my God.
They're called the gremlins. He'll know exactly what you mean, because we call them gremlins because we took them all apart and they're all like, there's nothing like them.
That's
They're real
awesome.
torquey. They don't go really fast, but they can pull a lot of load.
Yeah.
We got calm stuff. Of course, Starlink antennas on the other side.
So the
Oh, our
tent.
tent.
So you're out there for what? What's the purpose?
So there's a submarine exercise that we're doing with a couple submarines. So like I'm standing on let's see, it's about 8 feet of ice, and there's 6,000 feet of water below that.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. So the submarines come, and we do some stuff with them, and then they go home. So one of the submarines is from San Diego. The other one is from Connecticut. So they meet up here, and yeah.
And they break
That
through
is
the ice,
insane.
right? So
Yeah. So we got they break through the ice and they do a bunch of testing.
Do you have any blueprints or diagrams that you can show of these submarines or anything like that?
No.
Of course.
This guy.
You know, I think
Oh, you want to see a sunset? The sunset's crazy. It'll last forever. We turn around.
Dude, hey, for you romantic
Wow.
gentlemen out there that take your wives to go take them to the sunset, think about how much that would cost you. Like that would be like a 6-hour sunset picture.
Right. So here's the tents. They're called Arctic ovens, and they're double walled. So you get this fly, and then there's like all this air.
Wow. That thing
Ton of
is
air.
busy.
And then we got a 35,000 BTU heater that runs on Jet A fuel.
Show us the crapper. No, I'm just kidding.
So that's 30,000 BTUs going in, 35,000 BTUs, and it runs on Jet A. Just Jet A gas.
Does that end up melting the ice it's on?
No. It's on a containment, so in case it leaks oil or whatever, we can contain it. And that's enough to insulate it. Yeah. So, and then the
Nice.
crapper is tent number 4. You crap in a bag, and then actually, I'll take you down there.
What is your wait? You said you crap in a bag. What does your food come in?
Oh yeah.
Food comes in a bag.
He eats MREs.
Oh yeah.
Now, the joke was you crap in a bag. You eat from a bag and you crap in a bag, but
Same bag.
Same bag.
So.
Very resourceful there.
Oh, we may have lost him.
What? Wow.
Well, I
dude.
mean, he is out in the middle of ice and just absolute nothingness. I mean, you see the horizon and the fact there was nothing in between.
I like Clark Kent's comment to my comment about the sunset. It's going to cost you 4 bottles of wine per sunset. Going to take 4 bottles of wine probably.
I know.
And you know it's cold when he was breathing and the condensation from his breath was freezing on his beard.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was like, whoa, that's what I mean right there. And I think he answered our question. Just like the Hondas, you probably just start the paramotor up and leave it running the entire time. You know what I mean? Because it's so cold that it's not going to overheat.
Yeah, you got to keep it warm. I'm sure I'm sure you put a lot of stuff inside that 73-degree tent and then take it from there. But they just let them run. I mean, think about how much gas it's going to, fuel it's going to sip on an idle. So makes sense.
I wonder how much the heaters go through though, because those things aren't very efficient, so yeah, I don't know if you're just refilling it a couple times a day or what, but yeah.
I got my my old neighbor Robert's watching. He said, "What's up, dude? I'm watching your live show right now." What's up, Robert? So, very, very fascinating um, things transpiring in the paramotoring community. I've got I've got high hopes for the future of flying. But one of the things that I was thinking about, like I said earlier, when you run up on somebody who's just been injured, I feel almost inadequate to tr what can I do? Uh,
See
that's
if they're
so
coherent.
I text my
Ask
neighbor and
them.
he's literally telling me, he's like, yeah, we built two of those.
That is such a small world. Oh my
That's
God.
What? I
crazy.
mean, literally, I'm looking at his house through the window.
That's such a
Is
small world. So yeah, as Matt said, they're from, some of them are from Ramona, and Robert's in Ramona, California. That's pretty cool.
So literally, he's watching you watch him.
yeah.
Hey guy, you got a show going on here. Hey,
I'm
Right.
I'm
He's
still just
distracted.
like I'm
Focus.
literally I'm shocked right now. Ivan's logging in.
there you go.
Oh,
So Ivan is coming in. Ivan's one of our ugly raptors, as well as Scott right here, and myself, and Matthew in the Arctic. And Matt's bummed because he's going to be there for 5 weeks, obviously. So that's
it's a
five
long
weeks
time.
withdrawal of not flying. So
And 5 weeks of cold.
Ivan, ¿qué onda, güey?
What's up,
¿Qué
Ivan?
onda, loco? Ivan,
Órale, vato.
you're looking a lot younger, man. What'd you do?
He looks like he's at he's still at school.
He's shaved and
6:42.
all
Ivan's
clean.
is a teacher, is a professor. So talk to us, Ivan.
I'm I'm at Southwestern College right now, guys.
See, Ivan,
Let,
he's a handsome guy. He's just got it. He's got the goods.
He's in class right now. Talking
hey,
loudly.
let me do this. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it?
Hey, turn that phone vato style, man. Bring it.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you go.
there's nobody in there.
It's
Oh,
all
wait.
blurry.
Oh, wait. What happened?
He's
I
got
don't
it
know.
on it's because you got your
Might be
background on.
classified player.
Background
Oh, yeah,
blur.
you put blurry background. There you
Oh,
go.
Oh
let's
yeah,
see.
you're
Oh, just a
So
second. Just a second.
Southwestern College. Are you teaching today? Yeah. Nope, still there, still blurry.
Oh,
But we believe you. We
He can
believe you.
still
Don't
yeah.
make it
worry.
out.
Do you have a headset in, or can they hear us?
No, they can hear me. They can hear you.
Tell everybody you can go home early tonight. Go ahead and go. I said it was okay. And you all
They're,
get A's this year.
they're laughing at you.
You all get A's. Except for you in the front, you wisecracker. No, I'm just
Yeah, he's got all the
kidding. You get
answers.
the C. You get
He's
the
the
C
smart
minus.
one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, how can I get that blurry thing off?
You shouldn't have called us.
You got to go to your
Oh,
settings.
disconnect.
background.
Let's see. Wait.
So under backgrounds.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah.
There we
Okay.
go.
Let's see. Now I can
This feels
do.
like tech support. So,
It's a nice classroom.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm waiting because well, class supposed to start in about 1 minute.
Oh,
Nice. That's cool,
Let's
man.
see.
Hey, Ivan, thank you for making my cup. I don't have it in here, but you lasered some stuff on my cup.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I use that cup every day. It stays in my truck.
My pleasure. Anthony told me that. So yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I love that cup.
that's
I
good. That's good.
I have this one too from one of our sponsors, Resurgence PPG. If you
Oh,
want to support our men and women that are in uniform, you can make a tax-deductible donation to Resurgence PPG. Go to their website, PPG. It's resurgenceppg.com.
that's good.
You
Oh,
want to
that's
send
a
money.
very nice picture.
Yep, Matt just sent this. He sent me a link for the show, so that's pretty cool.
I
Yeah.
just can't believe they can bust through 8 feet of ice and still stay pressurized, you know?
I still can't believe that my next door neighbor slapped that sticker on that
Right.
machine and sent it to the Arctic,
Yeah.
and that we just sent a picture of it to a satellite in outer space,
Right?
and then we broadcast it live on the internet to the world.
By chance.
How cool is that? Yeah.
I can't. Oh man.
That's
Oh,
pretty
I
cool.
wanted to ask him about the how do you get down 8 feet into
Yeah.
the, I mean,
You have the submarines break through.
no, I know that, but
No,
I
they're
mean,
drilling. Look at them.
it's got 8 feet. You got to have an 8 foot auger to
Yeah.
get down there. It's insane.
Benjamin.
And then,
the
yeah,
runway
Everyone's on
there.
skis.
See the runway?
Oh, yeah. With the
Yep.
cones.
Yeah,
It
I
really
forgot what
is the runway. That's how
I
they're getting
forgot
out
the
there.
plane he showed. There it is. There's the plane he showed up on. There's
Air
some-
Canada.
Come on, where's Yankee when you need him? What do we got, Yankee?
Look at those sleds.
Yeah, the skis on it.
How do you,
That's pretty
yeah.
nice.
So
You
he's
know
taking,
something? I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm gonna connect my computer so I can project those pictures here to the students.
Okay.
They're gonna enjoy those pictures
super
when you
cool.
show them.
That's
Okay.
cool.
I'll be right back.
All right, Ivan.
You've got 12 minutes.
Yeah,
That's a nice helicopter.
Man.
that helicopter right there is probably about 8 million.
Really?
Oh, is that all? I'm going to buy one
Go
tomorrow.
go back. I'll write down the tail number and I'll tell you what it is exactly. What's it? November
N
512 Papa Alpha.
2PA. Yeah.
That's super cool. Yeah, Gringo, I really appreciate connecting the dots and making it so that Matt could come on the show. I literally didn't think you were actually serious. Like, hey, he's in the Arctic and we're gonna have him on the show. I'm like, yeah,
Sure.
right.
Well,
But I guess, yeah, with Starlink, you can do it.
Yeah. It's amazing that Starlink works all the way, especially like frozen like that, because it's
Okay.
outside.
I was going to say, so I have an idea that the reason why it's not connecting very good is because Starlink, there's not a whole lot of satellites that are in that direct line between the Arctic and everyone else. Starlink has to be like basically over wherever you are. And that thing actually adjusts to point directly at the satellite. If it's off, it will actually adjust itself to make the perfect connection. And I noticed that their Starlink was pointed straight up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just not going to get the best connection that way.
Yeah, because
there's
was that
right
Matt?
there.
Yeah.
That was Matt. Yeah.
Little interview, probably pre.
That
Operation Ice Camp.
It looks
that
like some
wouldn't-
kind of military interrogation,
Yeah,
so
there's the team. So they go up there for
Pretty
5
big
weeks,
project.
do a bunch of tests and stuff, and pretty cool.
yeah.
we have some super cool people.
This is
in
when
the flying
they
community.
arrived, and they've been there so long.
Yeah.
That's how they started,
That's how it started. It's America, man. America. It was pretty cool, all the stuff.
I
So
mean,
there was a what is it called? The something every day. What was the guy? The guy
Smarter
that-
every day.
Smarter every day. I think it was him. He went out there and was on the sub, and Matt was there at the same time, and he did his show. It was probably about 3 years ago, so it's pretty cool to see. Look at this.
Gosh.
See, that's what I'm saying. You be up in there flying, you come down to land, that's what you'd look like.
All of that is white, but that one right there is a little yellow. So
is that Matt? Oh man, he's looking a little
No.
cold. Yeah,
look at
that
there's
yellow
the
one's a
submarine
boogie.
popping
Wow.
through.
There it is.
Isn't
That
that
does
cool?
not look like it's 8 feet thick.
Yeah.
that looks terrifyingly like thin.
I'm just like, why don't they get stuck? You
All right,
know?
guys, get all this ice out of the way.
Yeah.
You know what? Go back one picture. Go back one picture. The reason why that doesn't look like 8 feet is probably because
It's not.
that machine is very big
Huge.
and that is actually 8 feet thick.
Well,
It
if
just
you
doesn't
see
look like
here,
it.
they're probably a little closer to the edge of the,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
you know, they might already broken through or something. Maybe you had a channel going out to it or something. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this is cool, exciting stuff from Matt, man.
Yes, it is.
There
Yeah,
it is.
I was just gonna say the paramotoring community is just incredible. Some of the people that I mean, and especially with the show, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
it's like we just have this very unique, it's a niche sport, but it's also got some really cool people.
Right?
Yeah.
Just
Oh, I'm-
insane.
Ripman said $1,850,000 for the Healy.
What is it? 1 million?
One
Almost 2
million eight
million.
hundred fifty thousand.
Almost 2
Oh,
million.
that's cheap.
Not bad.
Buy a couple of them.
That's a used one, probably.
Jeez. So that's kind of cool. Think about it. All these people that fly, the people that are in our chat right now, you know, they got exciting stories, right? So,
Absolutely. I do have to mention a sponsor real quick, and you can keep scrolling through the pictures. It's Max Acro, maxacro.com. If you want to take an SIV clinic, it is a great place to do it. Here, where they do it at Lake Berryessa, SIV training is going to help you to sort out a lot of issues. You'll do it over water safely, and you'll get some confidence that maybe you didn't have before, and you'll learn some things about your wing that you didn't know before. So go check that out. Maxacro.com is the website.
trying to get there, but it's taking my Starlink
Yeah.
really slow.
Nice. I like how you pulled the tabs ahead of time. That's cool. Hey, there I am. Yeah, super cool. I lost my chat. I wanted to say thanks to all the guys that have been here we go. So supporting the chat and hanging out in the chat. A lot of times we're trying to just keep the show family friendly, and the moderators will always be paying attention. And like the other night, Sean actually the show was over, and Sean was monitoring the chat, and we were at the flying circus, and we were the chat was still going because there was still technically a show that was supposed to be broadcast, and we didn't have internet. Mo was like, "Oh yeah, I had 4 bars when I was here last time, and I didn't have a single bar. I couldn't even answer the phone." Some people had phone service.
Anthony, do you have the same phone service as Robert?
No, I don't. No, I'm fine. I'm with, who am I with my phone?
T-Mobile.
Oh, we don't have home phone, so we just have T-Mobile cell phones.
Did you not have
Did your
service
phone work at the cir? Yeah.
My phone was working a little bit really slow at the circ. I had to get up in the air and go towards the hill a little bit to.
Yeah, that's what I did.
All of a sudden, it just unloaded on
Full bars.
It was piled up. So
Yeah. I got a bunch of stuff when we went towards Maricopa. That was funny.
it's like, hey, you're going up for a flight. Hey, can you take my phone up for a while?
Yeah. I'm trying to send some pictures out.
Yeah. I'm sending my live stream chat.
Yeah. What a great time. I'm almost done editing. My video is 18 minutes, and I'm thinking I might have to split it in half. It's on the longer end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
But man, what a fun trip
Do
that
part
was.
1, part 2, then split it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to do that. Just too much fun, man. There's some really funny stuff. Gringo's got some funny things that he says in there that I
Oh no.
put in
You
there.
gotta
Yeah.
have you gotta have the pictures up now. Ivan just came back and he's showing all of his kids all this. Come on, man.
Yeah.
They
Come
gotta
on.
have something to see here, Gringo.
What?
Give them
Robert
snow.
Robert has to beep censor me a lot, probably. Except no, I'm just kidding. Ron is there we go. Hey,
Oh wait, did they see the snow stuff or am I too late?
What's up?
That's all I have to say about
Did they,
Ivan.
did they see the snow stuff and all that, or is it like, too
Let me
late?
just show you what they're looking at.
Ivan, what are you teaching?
Oh,
There you
He
go.
put it on my overhead.
For celebrities now, you're teaching us.
Yes.
Here, do
Let
the
me
live.
just show you.
Wait. Do the live camera. And there it is. There it is.
Hey.
We'll learn from you.
Hey,
Right.
do
All
your
right.
homework. Stay in
All of
school.
you,
Don't
raise
be a
your
fool.
hand. Raise your hand if you want to become a paramotor pilot. Let's see the show of hands.
Let's
Oh,
see.
my students, no. What was the question? Let me
Robert.
let me see. Why am I not hearing this thing?
Robert, maybe you can have it just Ivan talking, and that's the whole screen.
Yeah.
Take it off as gallery, and then have him show his students, and then ask the question.
Okay,
Let's
just
do
a
that.
second. Let me see. Just a second. Why am I not able to show?
You got 4 minutes, Ivan. There you go.
There he goes.
There you go. So look.
Okay,
There.
you got a full class. Which of you are interested in getting into paramotoring? Raise your hand. You want to fly a paramotor?
Come
Not
on.
We are
one.
interested in getting into more paramotor.
Ivan, you haven't been teaching paramotor.
Yeah. They all said no.
Yeah.
Smart people. People that want to save money and do the right thing.
Let's see.
Dude, you are gonna double in subs tonight. Just
Yes,
because of
make
those
sure
kids.
you subscribe and like.
Just because of those kids.
Yes, and feed my children with your.
Oh, now they can hear you a lot.
There you go.
Oh, good. Now it's loud.
Now
Class,
it's-
I want to say that I'm glad that you came on the show. You're on the greatest paragliding show on Thursday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Congratulations. You've been a part of the greatest show.
The most
Hey.
popular show on Thursday nights, too. Nothing compares.
Yep. Also the most popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's excellent. What are we learning in this class? What are you teaching? What are they learning?
Oh, the class the class is a hybrid class. It's a CAT 222. Basically, they're learning how to do how to use a software called Inventor from Autodesk.
Oh, okay.
For
So
3D
so you're
printing.
gonna ask the students a question. The first one to answer gets a free. What are you gonna give them tonight, Robert?
You get a free paraglidingtalk.com sticker.
Hey, but instead of me being in the main screen, put the whole
With the group.
Put the group.
Team.
Okay, gallery. There we go.
So they can see you guys.
Okay. Take that off. There we go. There we go.
There you go.
Tell them to forward and on their Instagram and all their whatever they're subscribing to.
Yeah.
Whatever these kids are doing these days,
Yeah. Ivan, I appreciate you jumping on in the middle of your class, and I hope your class does well.
Oh, now we
That's
I
awesome.
like that. Scott.
Yep. Yeah, Scotty, he's on it, man. Very good. He subscribed and hit the bell, and he liked it. Guys, we're going to go to the after show. Thank you so much for watching. If you've been a part of the show for any length of time, really appreciate your investment, your contributions, or just coming to hang out with us and chatting. And even if you're one of the trolls that just comes to troll the chat, we love you too. So appreciate everybody being a part of what we're doing here at paraglidingtalk.com. Support the show on Patreon and PayPal. There's links in the description. Go to paraglidingtalk.com. If you want to find some of the previous episodes, you'll enjoy them. And hopefully, as much as I enjoy hanging out with you guys. Have a great night. If I don't see you on the air, I'll see you in the air. And let's go fly, Ivan. We got to get in the air.
Yes. Take care, guys.
All right.
See
I'm
ya,
going to send
Ivan.
out some